afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests.
Bienvenidos a todos esta tarde, sus excelencias y estimados anfitriones.
This is a valedictory session.
Esta es una sesión valedictoria.
Normally that means the end of the program,
Normalmente esto significa el final de un programa,
but this is not the end.
pero este no es el fin.
We do not want to say goodbye to you yet.
Aún no les queremos dar la despedida.
As you know, we have a very exciting plenary session tomorrow.
Aún tenemos una sesión muy chévere mañana.
This is the session on youthquake and the pop movement.
Mañana es la sesión de la juventud y del movimiento de pop.
And this, for my father, was the most important part of this entire program.
Y esta sesión de mañana es en la cual el papá más le importaba y era en la cual a él verdaderamente le fascinaba.
So I hope many of you will participate with us in the session tomorrow.
Entonces, a ella espera que por favor mañana muchos, si no es que todos ustedes, puedan participar mañana en estas sesiones.
However, as many of our dignitaries and leaders are beginning to make their way home soon,
Pero como ella entiende, muchos de nuestros dignatarios y otras excelencias se tienen que regresar a casa pronto,
we decided to hold this valedictory session today, this afternoon.
hemos decidido tener esta sesión valedictoriana en estos momentos,
While some of them are still with us.
mientras muchos de ustedes aún siguen presentes con nosotros.
We will start this session with a short video message that my father recorded before he passed.
Vamos a empezar esta sesión con un corto video de mi padre, bueno, del padre tuyo, antes de que él falleciera.
My father, Dr. R.K. Pachauri, was the president of the World Sustainable Development Forum.
El doctor Pachauri era el presidente y el fundador
World Sustainable Forum.
del Foro de Sostenibilidad.
So after this very short video from my father, we will also show another video.
Después de que veamos este video corto de mi padre, también vamos a ver otro video
Where His Serene Highness Prince Albert II
donde su Alteza Prince Alberto II, príncipe Alberto II, perdón,
yes, will provide a valedictory address through his video message.
va a dar un discurso acerca del video que vamos a mostrar del estimado padre.
And we are still blessed to have with us in physical presence
Y aún estamos muy bendecidos de tener en su presencia física
His Excellency Mr. Ricardo Lagos Escobar, former President of Chile,
su excelencia, el señor Ricardo Lagos Escobar, expresidente de la República de Chile.
So he will say a few words after the videos.
Después del video, él nos va a acompañar aquí y nos va a dar unas palabras.
The end of the session will be a vote of thanks from a young pop star.
Al final de la sesión nos va a acompañar una persona que ha estado siendo parte de la familia pop, muy joven.
This is Anna Hanhausen from Plastic Oceans, Mexico.
Va a ser la señorita Ana Hanhausen de
Plastic Oceans, Mexico.
Plastic Oceans, México. Eso es de Océanos Plásticos de México.
So I would now request that they first start with the video from my father and then follow that with the video address from His Serene Highness Prince Albert II.
Primero vamos a empezar con el video de mi padre y luego continuaremos con el video de Su Alteza el Príncipe Alberto II.
I wanted to talk to you about something which I hope will equip and motivate you to really make a difference in the world. We have to move to a distinctly different energy future for human society. We can make a major start of this journey, and I think this has to be in the hands of the youth of the world, because you have not really become slaves to the kind of pattern of development, the pattern of consumption that the rest of the human race has become so addicted to. You can make a beginning, because now you have the knowledge, you can acquire more knowledge, you can find out how you can bring about an improvement in the efficiency of energy use in the home, let's say for space conditioning, whether it's air conditioning or heating or whatever. How you might make sure that when you move from one room to the other, you switch off the lights in a room which is not going to be used, and so on. So the point I'd like to make is you need policies, and that's the work of governments that have to be motivated by people at large. You need technologies, and that requires research and development. Again, that would take large-scale resources, which of course is happening, but not to the extent that's desired. And most importantly, you need lifestyle and behavioral changes. And this is where I'd like to appeal to the youth of the world. You can really become leaders in bringing about a shift towards a much cleaner set of options by which we reduce the emissions of greenhouse gases. So let me go back to the importance of awareness, knowledge, and the exercise of wisdom. Mahatma Gandhi, who is clearly one of the most remarkable human beings that lived on this earth in modern times, said it very well. He said, a technological society has two choices. First, it can wait until catastrophic failures expose systemic deficiencies, distortion, and self-deceptions. Secondly, a culture can provide social checks and balances to correct for systemic distortion prior to catastrophic failures. So basically, we need to understand the future. We need to use knowledge of where we are going in the future to start taking steps today by which we can save ourselves from catastrophic failures. So I would like to request that the youth of this world should be inspired by knowledge. The pop movement is really all about youth inspired by knowledge. So please set about your task, which starts today. It starts immediately. And I wish you all the best, and I will be with you all the way. Thank you.
Dear Regenta Pachauri, ladies and gentlemen, I regret not to be among you today for this forum, the relevance and timeliness of which I strongly welcome. It has been many years now that we have been aware of the need to take proactive and effective action to combat climate change. Thanks to the work conducted by scientists, and in particular the invaluable reports produced by the IPCC, we now know with absolute certainty the state of our planet, the risks it faces, but also ways of addressing them. This certainty has helped us to make major strides forward in just a few years. Some at a national level, such as those made in Monaco, where, like many other countries aware of the gravity of the situation, we have set ourselves the target of reaching carbon neutrality by 2050. Others have been achieved through international agreements, such as the Paris Agreement, yet today we can see clearly that the international community's commitment is insufficient. COP25 last December was once again a sad reminder of this situation. The commitment of states too often lacks ambition, sometimes even sincerity. Too many economic players continue to act while ignoring the truth and thus precipitate a disaster that could in fact still be prevented. And we can see that it will be increasingly difficult to restrict global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius, which we all know is the limit with such great importance for the future of our planet, for the future of us all. I think that many of us share this realistic view, but it should not stop us from continuing our efforts on the contrary. These efforts should bring together all the stakeholders of our society, all the potential energies of our world. They should systematically be applied to all areas, as proposed by the UN Sustainable Development Goals. They need the support of all institutions with responsibility. The challenge we face requires us to do everything in our power, to leave no stone unturned, to draw on all available talents, and to use all resources in order to protect our climate, our biodiversity, and our planet. There are solutions that work today. There are ways of consuming, moving, and feeding ourselves which are more respectful of the environment and less dependent on fossil energies. There are economic models which allow us to reconcile the development of human society with the preservation of the natural balance. It is imperative that a coordinated and clear common vision be established universally of the goals we need to achieve. This is obviously a huge challenge, but we have the power, we have the determination, and we have the resources. That is why we have to meet this challenge, all the more so because such actions, of which this forum is one of the incarnations, is the best way to encourage states and institutions that are currently still reluctant to embark on the path of change. As the renowned Dr. Schweitzer once wrote, "Example is not the main thing in influencing others. It is the only thing." That is why I was keen to applaud and encourage your exemplary initiative. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of the POP family, I'll be giving the vote of thanks. We would like to thank the leadership of the country, the federal government, and the offices of the President, His Excellency Marcelo Ebrard, Her Excellency Marta Delgado, the United Nations, and especially Doctora Dolores Barrientos and the State of Durango. We thank the Governor, Dr. Torres, and the Minister of Environment, Señor Alfredo Herrera, and his wonderful wife, Vanessa Bernal, and all the government of Durango. We would not have been able to have the World Sustainable Development Forum 2020 without all our honorable guests, heads of state, and participants. Thank you for your continued leadership, partnership, and solidarity to achieve the goals of the WSDF. We are grateful to our donors and partners, including Huawei, IMCC, and the WSDF's patrons and board members, and the International Advisory Board members, and especially Mr. Terry Taminen for his unrelenting support and leadership that we have been blessed with. We are inspired by the participation and engagement of the youth that have come together from around the world to amplify their voices and demand action, and do so with utmost urgency. We also thank our local organizing committee, including Doctora Isarelli, without whom we wouldn't be in Durango, and Doctora Norma for her patience and support to the event, without which we would never have been able to celebrate today. We have had a large number of technical and specialized areas of immense contribution from the entire WSDF POP family. Please stand as I call your area. Communications, please stand. Video, communications. Ok, el área de comunicación de la organización del evento, por favor, párense. El área de video, social media, redes sociales, web and IT, tecnología, administration, including Mr. Fernandez and Mr. Anup, who have given more to this event that we describe in a few minutes here. Documentation, film, live stream, planning, transport, press, and media, especially to Laura. Our volunteers and facilitators work tirelessly to put this event together. Please stand. Please stand, facilitators, and yeah, thank you. We have a special vote of thanks to share with Lina, Summer, and Carter for their incredible leadership and energy as the role of Master in Ceremonies. Finally, we are very grateful to the father of this family, Dr. Rajendra Pachauri, for his vision, leadership, and blessings, without which we would not be here today. And most importantly, we thank him for his forward-looking lens, which will allow us to take forward the WSDF with much needed support and action to promote sustainable development and protect our planet. Finally, I would like to thank Ash for giving us all this space for discussion and interaction between the youth and different leaders from different countries so they can help us take all our visions to action. Thank you very much.